to the Emo Hour, your weekly power hour of all things emo and adjacent, with your hosts, Katie and Nani.
Hello and welcome to the Emo Hour. This is your host, Nani, with my good friend, Katie.
Hi.
I feel like every time I always say that, I'm like, does it sound like I'm hosting it alone? It's our show.
It's our show. Yeah. Don't discount me. I never felt like that, but that's you overthinking.
I mean, hi, have you met me?
I have. That's why I said that.
Yeah. So how's your day? How's your week going, Katie?
You know, it's going just fine. I'm starting to feel like a little bit of a crazy person because of several people that I'm interacting with in my daily life, but we're not going to talk about that.
But that's not
How are
me.
you?
But it's not me.
You. Not you. Not the people that I love and care about.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, 'tis the season. We got dumped on here. That sounds interesting. We got a dumping of snow here in Sun Valley. So it's
currently happening.
It's currently happening. It's beautiful. And I'm looking at my window and it's literally a Norman Rockwell painting vibe. It's just so beautiful. But it's also the holidays and things are getting a little hectic and there's just a lot to do and people to see and so I feel a little bit of like that hectic energy, but other than that, I'm doing great.
Great. Good to hear.
Which brings me to, we have a lot to talk about what's making us emo.
We do.
Because I've got a big one for today's episode. I don't know about you. Maybe you want to go first because I feel like we're going to have to dissect.
Yes, I should go first. So what's making me emo this week? And, you know, as we've talked about, we broadly interpret that question. And I already informed you of this earlier today, and I wasn't sure I was going to do it as my what's made me emo, and I decided that I should. I had a dream last night.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
about Tom DeLonge of Blink-182. So
yeah, you did.
I also warned you that this is a very Blink-182 centric podcast for me based on what I want to talk about. But let's get back to the dream. Let's also say it wasn't anything weird, but it's making me emo because it was about you and me and Tom, and like he and his team found us like as our podcast and like sought us out. So it's like, oh hell yeah. And like
did they say brother? Oh hell yeah, brother.
No. And I mean the details are sparse, but he would like sought us out, came to wherever we were, and then was like, yeah, I want you guys to come to a show, and like flew us on a private jet to a show. So I'm calling that manifesting.
I absolutely believe that is manifestation. It also is not like the most outlandish thing in the entire world. I mean, They easily could see us from my apartment if they were to walk by. So
that's true. Yeah, let's clarify. Two of the, Mark Hoppus and Tom DeLonge of Blink-182 own places in the Sun Valley area where we live. So they do spend a fair amount of time here. Mark and his wife are here currently. You've run into them before. I've run into the wife before. We'll talk about that another day. But
I can't wait for that story.
You've run into Mark and Tom before. I have not. I've only ran into Mark's wife. But yeah, it's maybe that's why it's manifesting because, it's winter. It's almost Christmas and Tom will almost definitely be here because why would you own a place in Sun Valley if you're not planning on spending Christmas here?
I know, because it's literally the most beautiful place in the entire world. We live in a snow globe.
Yeah. So we had like our own little section in the private jet and it was like with the band. And like I said, details were sparse. I don't remember where we were going, but like he flew us to a show. Like it was awesome.
Was my buddy Jimmy in it or was Jeff P in it?
I no, not specifically. I mean, maybe there were people there, but I don't really remember specific details. But you should clarify that.
Oh, Jeff. So Jeff P is their tour manager. Worked with him for a long time. He's amazing. He's such an amazing tour manager. And then Jimmy is Blink's manager. So they're like their actual manager. So one is a tour manager, one is their manager. Both really awesome dudes. Which is why I was asking, and they're friends, which is why I was asking if they're in the dream. You've met Jeff P, but you haven't met Jimmy, right? Or did you meet both of them?
I don't remember which one I met. It was the one when we were at the Denver show that we saw in the audience.
Jeff P.
Okay, that's who I met.
Yep. Yeah, and the cool thing is that they both have spent time here too. So both Jimmy and Jeff know the magic that is our little town that we live in.
Yeah, maybe they'll be around too. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
But yeah, so I was thinking about that dream a little bit more after I texted you. I was like, I'm going to call that manifestation.
Hell yeah.
And the listeners
get on
may
that
or may
private
not
jet.
know Blink-182 is my favorite band. So, of course, makes sense.
Absolutely is her favorite band. And you know what? I never was like a huge fan of Blink. And obviously I loved, what is it? Enema of the State, that first record where isn't that All the Small Things? Isn't that what that record was?
I believe so. I'm not great with knowing which singles were on which records because there were so many, frankly. But
that one,
right.
and then I loved I Miss You a ton. I like their more kind of poppy, mainstream, digestible stuff that I think we learned on the last episode is very much my go-to when it comes to music. Or this, I guess, in this specific genre. But you've made me really enjoy Blink-182 and become a bigger fan of them through our friendship because you love them so much. It's been cool to discover more stuff of theirs. Like, I don't know that I would have listened to the new records had it not been for you. And there's some really great songs on those records.
There is.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad I exposed you to some more good stuff. And I can't wait. I'm sure there's more coming out like in the future years. So that's
I hope
exciting
so.
too.
Yeah, I hope so.
So Nani, what's making you emo this week?
Oh my God. I don't even know where.
I might have an idea.
I don't know where to begin. Okay, so last weekend we had this is turned into a saga is what's happened. Last weekend we had an ornament exchange party where a bunch of us gals got together, and it's kind of like the like White Elephant but for ornaments, and it's a reason for us to get together for the holidays, and we always have so much fun doing it every year. And so I was really excited because my ornament was this espresso martini ornament that I'd gotten from Anthropology. I was super stoked on it.
So cute.
It was so cute. It got stolen a few times, which, if something gets stolen, you did a good job.
Right.
But this is the definition of me as an only child, is my first ornament that I got was stolen. And so I loved the first ornament so much. It was this little light up Christmas tree. And then I went and I ended up pulling for a second ornament, and it was in this t-shirt box. And the ornament was this little angel that had demonic eyes. Like, I swear, like a white face and demonic eyes, and I didn't know what to do. And
but you were like, it's so cute.
I know. I was like, I love it. It's so amazing. I love it so much. And because the girl who gave it, we love her and we don't want her to feel, but like, just, I love her. So I was like, I love it so much. And she was like, you don't have to love it. And everybody was like, oh, it's like a little freaky. Like it was just a little freaky. And
White Elephant ornament exchange, sometimes people like on purpose bring ugly or funny ornaments. So I think that was a fair interpretation, right? It doesn't have to be something cute. It just, So I just want to clarify that as well. Like it's a mixed bag for sure.
It's a totally mixed bag. And it doesn't have to be a brand new ornament. It can be, from wherever. So we get to the end of the exchange. I'm still left with this angel ornament that has a white face and like scary eyes. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't love it that much, but it's okay. And then the girl who brought it, turns out she brought two.
Yeah.
Because she was that unsure of the angel that she brought a second one. Yeah. And it turns out her boyfriend actually was the one who chose the angel ornament. And I was like, why? I was like, why did you give this one? Like he chose this. And we also found out it was from like our little local secondhand store, like donation-based store, which is amazing. It's called the Gold Mine, and it's a literal gold mine. You can find the most amazing stuff there. But that just furthered our like weirdness about this angel ornament, that it definitely came from somebody else's home, that maybe they wanted to get rid of the demonic angel. Anyways,
Cursed.
it cursed. And so I get permission to open up the second box that she brought. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course I want to open it. I'm an only child. I need to open the extra gift. And so I open it, and it's the cutest little Barbie ornament I've ever seen. It has the Barbie logo. It's hot pink, and it has Barbie across it. And I'm so excited. And, you know, part of what we do is we hand it around so everybody can see, so they can either steal or keep or whatever, see if they're interested in it. Anyways, so the entire thing was done when I opened up my second ornament.
Right.
And so I'm holding it up, and we didn't actually hand it around. So I hold it up. I'm like, oh my God, I love this. It's so cute. And a couple people near me look at it, and I thank our friend for letting me open the second box. And then I set it down on the coffee table in front of me, like directly in front of me, not like within arm's reach.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just hanging out, drinking, having fun, having a great time, getting ready to go out because we were about to go out and have fun at the bars. Tis the season, right? And I look back down on the coffee table, and it's gone.
Like within 30 seconds?
Gone. And I
Less?
literally,
Maybe less than 30 seconds?
it made me feel like I had drank so much alcohol that I had blacked out, because I was like, where's the ornament? It doesn't make any sense. So fast forward.
I think you looked immediately at me too.
Yeah.
Because I was 2 people away from you, but you were just like, what happened? And I was like, I have no idea.
Where's the ornament? And then nobody knows where the ornament is. Everybody's looking for the ornament.
Well, not everybody.
That's true. Not everybody.
But
I'm
several of us.
decently concerned, because our friend's house that it was at, she has a dog, and it was a glass ornament, one of those like thinner, kind of more fragile glass ornaments. And I wanted to be sure that we didn't crack it on her couch by sitting on it, or we didn't accidentally throw it away, because we were starting to clean up. Everybody was getting up to leave.
Yeah, let's be clear. We were ripping up couch cushions and blankets and pillows, and I had my flashlight on, looking under the couch and under the coffee table. Like, this was a search.
People were digging their hands in the trash where there was broken glass from another ornament that had broken.
Yeah.
Like, legit, we were putting ourselves in quote unquote harm's way to to find this Barbie ornament. And we don't find it, and nobody is fessing up to it. So we just decide that like this angel was pissed that I didn't want it, and I took the Barbie ornament instead, because there was no reasonable explanation. So we went for the most unreasonable explanation that the angel was demonic.
I mean, have you seen scary movies?
I mean,
you can pick up stuff from the thrift store that's cursed for sure.
I mean, I feel like if you write Bear Below Deck, we can definitely write a demonic angel ornament movie.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like that's probably already been written, frankly.
And so,
we searched for 45 minutes.
Yeah, probably 45
at least. And then we were finally just like, okay, we have to leave. We have to move on. It's going to turn up. We have to move on.
Yeah, we just decided that maybe somebody hit it on the tree and was making it a surprise for somebody to find later, or we just misplaced it and we're dumb because we were drinking. We just decided it's not like we're wasting our time. Let's just move on and go have fun the rest of the night, because the whole group was looking.
Yeah.
And well, at least they were presumably like they were faking looking, right?
Again, not really. There was a few that were not looking. They were just there.
Yeah.
Observing.
Yeah. So we go out, we make these we have this big group chat. Not everybody goes out. Some people go home to their families, and then we film some videos being like, who took it? Who was it? You? Was it you? And we've been placing blame for like the last week.
Yeah.
And then
the videos were so funny because people started responding with videos. I did some videos like the very next morning, basically saying it must have been the angel, or we even went into an alternate dimension and we're on a new timeline now, and asked like, what else is weird in your world? Because I think we just switched timelines.
Yeah.
That's how far this was going.
we took it super deep, and still don't really know like what to say about it. So fast forward to this past weekend. So it had been a week essentially from like day to day. No, it had been 6 days because I think it was Saturday to Friday.
Yeah.
And we still didn't know what had happened with this damn ornament. And it was just this unsolved thing that we just needed to figure out. And and it's become like it was a talking point, like just such a talking point for so long. This past Friday, I had a white elephant party, a true white elephant party, which was so epic. Your husband definitely brought the funniest gift. There was just some crazy, crazy gifts this year, and it was such a blast.
Yes.
And so Katie has a gift in her hand. What was it that got stolen?
I think it was like the wine opener set with like the wine koozie thing.
Yes,
Was
that's
stolen
right.
from me. So I was just like, okay, I looked around and I had stolen from some other people already. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to open a new one. So I went up to where the gifts were, and there was just this little red envelope.
Green.
Oh, really? I thought it was red. Anyway,
It's green, and I'm looking at it right now. It's green because it's on my hearth. I just used the word hearth.
You're so fancy.
So fancy. It's a green regular sized envelope, and it says Nani in sparkly gold stickers, and then it says XOXO Santa also in gold sparkly stickers.
If maybe earlier in the night before I had a few drinks, maybe I would have been like, oh, this is not part of the exchange.
But you picked it up and you're like, I'm opening this.
But it was in the pile. Like, anything in the pile is part of the exchange.
Absolutely.
So it's just this envelope. I ripped it open, and oh my God, it's the Barbie ornament.
And not everybody at the party knew about the Barbie ornament situation, but boy, by the end of the party, they knew about the Barbie ornament situation. And what was so crazy is our friend Jean, she had her phone out and she said to me like the next day, I was so close to filming, but I didn't because Katie's face just got white. Like she had seen a ghost. Yeah. Multiple people said your face just got white like you saw a ghost. And then I know that you and I both had a very severe reaction of like, what?
Yeah. Like, who did it? And then I remember multiple people were like, whose handwriting is it? But it was stickers, so there's no handwriting.
It's like a ransom note made out of newspaper clippings.
Yeah.
But it's stickers. And then somebody in the crowd said like, oh, it's addressed to Nani. We're like, who did it? And so wait, what happened next? I don't totally remember. I mean, all of us were freaking out, but then we figured out who did it. And we had already had a hunch that it was not one person, that it was a combination of people, because we figured that the joke had gone too far that night because people were looking so long and like looking under tables and under the couch and putting their hands in the trash. And we decided that it had to have been a few people that stayed in on it together because, that bond of a secret.
Right.
So it ended up being two of our friends that we lovingly combined their names to make the word Jexy.
Yes.
And so we're like, it has to be Jexy. Jexy did it. And we later found out they were the ones that did it.
It's true. Jen, my co-movie writer, she was in possession of it the entire time. But then,
the craziest part is that night when we filmed those videos a week ago. When we went out a week ago, we're like, who has the ornament? The whole time it was in her pocket.
Yeah, the entire time. And she fessed up at the party last weekend, and at some point the conversation was like, well, nobody like searched me. It was just in my pocket. And I said, yeah, because we trusted you. Like we were going to start searching people.
Oh my gosh. So we're just like the happiest. We have the ornament back. I put it up on the hearth because, we got to put her on display. We continue to have a really fun time at the party. And we get through like, because you open that up like halfway through the white elephant. So we had everybody else to go through. There's about 20 of us here, and tons of stuff got stolen. So it was a really good white elephant because I felt like it was the right amount of time. And we had more snacks and drinks and whatever, and then naturally decided to go out. At that point, I don't think nobody saw anything. And then there was a group of us that came back through my place for people to kind of disperse because I live downtown. And so we came back to my place after going out, and we get back into my apartment, and I look on the hearth, and the Barbie
immediately,
I look over to my right, and I see the envelope, but the Barbie ornament is gone again. And I'm like, what in the actual hell is going on? Like, please don't put us through this torture again.
Again.
So here we are. This is the longest What's Making Me Emo. I apologize, but we're both in this, so this is our story.
Yes.
Is what current day, we have no idea who took it. I think we might have a hunch. I have a little bit of a hunch.
Do you? I don't really.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people wanted to take it because they were like, we should just keep this going. But my problem now is like, where is it going to pop up?
Yeah.
Like, we
Is
don't
it
have
gonna be
enough
next year.
It could be next year. We don't have another party. We don't have another like a holiday party with like our big group of friends,
Right.
that we're doing. I mean, we'll see people at New Year's probably, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and if it waits till next year, is that person just going to forget about it? And then it's just a mystery for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think it could be a couple things. I think Jen might be in on it again, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
There was a few people on our text chain that were decently quiet, and it's raising some suspicions.
Okay. Do you want to say names or no?
Say again?
Do you want to say names or no?
Yeah, I guess we're not saying last names. I think it might have been LB.
Okay. She told me, I asked her yesterday, and she said it wasn't.
And it might have been Jen. And I think it could have also been somebody brand new at the party that wanted to just keep it going. Like, Krista even said to me, she's like, I thought about stealing it like 5 times.
Right. And Jean was like invested in the story.
So
I could see her doing it too.
I know. The options are endless. It could have been Jim for all we know.
Or Emma, who, conspiracy. Turns out Emma knew all week and didn't say a thing. And she is like the most unsuspecting person in my opinion. And then I found out that she knew the whole time, and I called her and said, the betrayal.
You're like, I have trust issues now.
I did say that. But she's your neighbor, and like, I don't know when it was taken, but she could have, come on over when we were at the bar.
What if it's just dangling up on her Christmas tree right now?
So the mystery continues, and
it is making me emo because, like, I just want the Barbie ornament back. That's it.
Yeah. But honestly, unreal. You sent us all an email like 12:30, or a text, not an email, at 12:30 in the morning when you got back, a video of like, where did it go? And
she gone.
So far, nobody has fessed up to it. So this has been like a 10-day mystery, and double mystery now.
A double mystery. And I have to say, I do love the fact that this is going on for so long, because it's just kind of funny and hilarious and whatever. Yeah. But it's also like, how have we missed this twice? It was literally in front of everybody. How did nobody see this? Or like, at least how did neither of us see it when it was, like, we didn't see.
Both times I was in such close proximity. Like,
I know. And literally right in front of our faces. So,
and I pride myself on being a person who's generally pretty aware of things happening around me. So that makes it extra special. Yeah,
maybe just when we're comfortable, our guard is down, and so we just were, or maybe it was because we were drinking both times. I don't know.
Combination of everything.
Combo of all the things. But all that to say,
maybe we'll have an update next week.
Let's hope so. I'd love to have an update next week, just to have the case closed,
Yeah.
But I will say, really fun couple of Christmas parties. Had so much fun doing both of those. It's a really lovely tradition. Now the only thing I have left to do is make my gingerbread house.
Oh, you love that.
I do love that.
And that's a great little transition, I think, into our topic of the day today.
Yeah.
Which is our Christmas themed episode.
Sure is.
And we're going to talk about emo and pop punk and other varietals, covers, and just Christmas themed songs. They're not all covers. I actually found that I enjoyed non-covers more personally. But let's start out by saying that I don't really like Christmas music. That's probably an unpopular opinion. I think Christmas music is appropriate on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and that's pretty much it. But guess what?
Harsh.
Most of the day today, I listened to Christmas music.
Yeah, you did.
Well, my dedication to the pod.
Right. We're 1 week out from Christmas. This episode will be coming out 1 week out from Christmas. So we thought that we would share some emo style Christmas songs for the next week of your enjoyment. Mariah Carey, she really only has one more week of being number one. You know what I'm saying? This is her time of year.
It's her time.
There are so many other great songs out there, and I did not know that you disliked Christmas music that much. I kind of love it because it just makes me feel like I'm getting in the season even if I don't have like a Christmas tree up or like I find that a Christmas tree at this point in my life right now is more work than it's worth. But we also live in the most Christmassy place ever, so I get that kind of Christmas sparkle no matter what. But Christmas music is what really brings me there.
So when is Christmas music appropriate in your mind?
Thanksgiving.
Like at public places.
After Thanksgiving.
I can get on board with that, but like a lot of places start playing it November 1st, and I'm not into that.
Same. It's just because I think they're trying to sell stuff, right? They're trying to like mentally tell you it's time to buy Christmas gifts. It's time to buy Christmas gifts. So I find that annoying.
And there are a handful of Christmas songs that I like, but I would say for the most part, I honestly find Christmas music kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, so in this, what our idea is we wanted to keep it a pretty short and sweet episode around Christmas stuff. I have 3 songs that I wanted to share with you and with the listeners of my kind of, I don't think I listened as in depth as you did, but there was a couple songs that I already loved and then one that I discovered. And those were going to be the song recommendations that I share. And I don't know about you, but I know that you also did some other research around one of our favorite dudes, Alex Melton, and his Christmas stuff. So I don't know what you wanted to talk about first.
Well, since you already said you have 3 recommendations, why don't you just go? And then I mostly have kind of 3 topics as well. It's just a little more broad, I think, than yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I love Jimmy World so much, and I forget the lead singer's name. His voice is just something that it can't be beat. I love that band so much. The Bleed American record specifically is just so good. But they have a song or a cover of Last Christmas that is just excellent. And if we're going to talk about emo versions of Christmas songs or any sort of Christmassy, I would absolutely put Last Christmas by Jimmy World on that. Another one, which it's emo, but it's, Weezer is kind of its own brand, I feel like.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
So many people, it's such an approachable band by so many different people from different genres, but they did a cover of "O Come All Ye Faithful" that I thought was super good. And both of those are kind of slower, more, I don't know, Christmassy style Christmas songs. Not like the upbeat poppy ones. They're just more traditional.
Yeah.
I love those songs. And then my favorite kind of most modern take on a Christmas song done by an emo artist would be 303 and their song Kisseltoe.
Kisseltoe.
It's so funny and good. It's Kissletoe. And I got to tell you, all 3 of those very much worth a listen. But if you haven't heard Kisseltoe, you got to go listen.
And I hadn't before today. And I was listening to, pop punk emo covers, and I sent that one to you because I was like, this is your deal. And it's funny. You were like, yep, that's one of my recommendations. So I know you well.
You do. I know you well. I already knew your sandwich order before you even got there yesterday.
Love that. Love that so much.
What about you?
Well, thanks for keeping those short and concise. Like I said, mine are a little bit more broad, but you already mentioned Alex Melton. So I just want to talk about him a little bit, generally speaking, because he's somebody that I've kind of discovered this year. And his shtick, I guess, is he has YouTube, Spotify. You can find him anywhere, Instagram. But his shtick is covers that switch genres. So he does a lot of covers that, you know, it might be a pop song that he turns into an emo song, or a country song that he turns into a pop song, or, you know, kind of any which way, I feel like.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he do that cover of Linger that I was so obsessed with?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did. So he did a cover of Cranberries' Linger that was like pop punk central. And he'll do, like, if Blink-182 wrote Bare Naked Ladies song, like, this is what it would sound like. So it's also just very much in the style of certain musicians. And I just find that so interesting when it's switching up genres. And I love it. I love it so much. So I didn't hear about this guy until this year.
Same. You introduced me to him. You're the reason why I know who he is.
I've kind of been like learning more and more, and he's got a huge catalog out there. And surprisingly, he has a lot of Christmas stuff too. So I just, generally speaking, he released an EP last year in 2023 called A Pop Punk Christmas that has 3 songs on it, and they were all great, but I specifically liked his cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You. It was so good. He also has some YouTube videos out that are like Christmas caroling videos of pop punk songs and emo songs. And so those are funny to watch. And it's kind of like a mashup of multiple songs.
So is it like carolers going door to door, but they're, instead of singing Christmas songs, they're singing emo songs?
But it's him. So it's like he puts his head on like different bodies.
Like 7 bodies. It's 7 Alexes.
And he'll do like what's like acapella, or like make the noise of like bum 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 bum, you know, whatever. And so it'll be like different heads doing different things to create these pop punk songs like in a Christmas caroling style.
Gotcha. So it's like as if Pentatonics was doing only emo covers and they were caroling from door to door.
Yeah, if you know who Pentatonics is, which I do, but not sure that everybody does. But I watched a couple of those today, and it's like a mashup of songs. So he has 3 or 4 different videos of that out that I just want to recommend if you're interested in looking. But it was he had artists on there like Blink-182, The Killers, Sum 41, Jimmy Eat World, Newfound Glory, Taking Back Sunday. So like all very much stuff that, you know, just hits me right in the heart.
That's cool.
So I just want to, this is Alex Melton recommendation day, but if we want to keep it concise, his cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You, I really enjoyed.
That was your favorite. We'll have to make sure that we post that to our Instagram. And I should say quickly that we also will have a full Christmas emo themed playlist that we'll share with everybody as well.
Yeah, that'll have all the songs we're talking about today, and then other stuff too,
and much more. Yeah, much more.
If you're not into Christmas music like me, this is something that's a little bit more digestible on Christmas Day, and I will try my best to make my family and my husband's family listen to it. No, I'll just make them listen to it. I don't have to try. So then the other thing I want to talk about, I told you Blink-182 centric. So they have a song called Happy Holidays, You Bastard, which is not family friendly. It's not safe for work. It's full of curses. It's 40 seconds long, but wasn't
this when you and I were talking about how we wanted to approach the holidays and Christmas and whatnot? Because, and the reason why we're focusing on Christmas is both you and I celebrate Christmas. There's many other holidays this time of year, but you know, we're mostly talking about Christmas because that's what we celebrate. But you were like, I don't know, like if there's any songs and like or covers that I even like, and then I immediately found this. Is this the song that I sent you that I'm like, yeah, wouldn't you like this?
Well, you just said it out loud. You were like, it's called Happy Holidays, You Bastard. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's a Christmas song, I guess. They also talk about Labor Day. But
oh my God.
I mean, it's like my mom would just pass away immediately if she is the language in this song. It's only 40 seconds long, but if you're into the stupid humor and if you like Blink-182, you've got to be into stupid humor. That's worth a listen, but just be aware. It's very explicit.
Not from the faint of heart, if you will.
A more appropriate Christmas-themed song from Blink-182 is called Boxing Day, and that's actually where my emo lyric is from today.
Ooh.
And I hadn't listened to that song in a long time, and I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times today. So it's a good one, and that one is a little more family-friendly, I guess we could say.
And do you know what Boxing Day is?
Do you?
I do. And the only reason why I know, I learned about it because it's not really a day that we celebrate here. I want to say I was with some Aussies, and it must have been. It was when I was going over to Indonesia so much for the manufacturing stuff. And anyways, it's celebrated on the 26th of December, which is the day after Christmas. And it's originated in the UK, but it's also celebrated in like New Zealand and Australia and Canada and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I don't really know exactly. Well, here, I just pulled it up. It says Boxing Day has evolved over time from a day to donate gifts to a day associated with shopping and sporting events. So I think the origin of it is around, to donate gifts probably to people who didn't get Christmas, but now it's more of a shopping day. But yeah, it wasn't something that we like in America ever grew up. At least my family, I didn't know what the term Boxing Day was until I did some traveling and then learned it from some Australians.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I would have just said I know they celebrate it in Canada. That was kind of the extent of my knowledge. But Boxing Day is a great song, and it's about the day after Christmas. Weird. So, and I'll read you an emo lyric of the day later.
Ooh, okay.
And also you mentioned earlier a cover of Last Christmas, which is originally by the band Wham. Was that the Jimmy Eat World cover or the Weezer cover?
The Jimmy Eat World cover.
Okay, so recently MGK did a live performance covering Last Christmas.
He did?
Yeah, so
that's probably so good.
It was so good. So I watched that on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on Spotify. I kind of doubt it because it was live. It was an NBC performance they had something called a Motown Christmas, and he did that as part of that show or production. So that was going to be my recommendations. So it's funny that you and I both have covers of Last Christmas.
Last Christmas is such a great song, but MGK doing it sounds awesome. I'm looking for it right now on Spotify and I don't see it.
Yeah. Like
shoot. So if you want to hear it, you have to go to YouTube or some place that you can see the actual live performance.
Yeah, and also I'll just say this because I think we still have a little bit of time, but some of the lyrics of Last Christmas are, last Christmas I gave you my heart, the very next day you threw it away. So this year, to save me some tears, I'll give it to someone special. And MGK just
broke up
with Megan Fox, or was broken up with by Megan Fox, allegedly. I mean, who really knows?
Yeah, we don't know what's going on there, but it's a tumultuous relationship is all we can tell from the outside looking in.
And she's pregnant, and I just thought those lyrics were interesting, listening to him sing it, like with what's going on in his personal life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of heavy.
Yeah, but he was holding it together in the performance. But I recommend it. Look it up on YouTube. He does a great job.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely will. I know I'd love it.
Yeah, those are kind of my 3 topics that I wanted to talk about. But we have built a longer playlist that we will share on our Instagram, and you can find it on Spotify. And I hope you take a listen.
Yeah. We named it the Emo Hour Christmas playlist. Maybe I should call it Emo Hour like holiday playlist, but because I feel like it's much bigger than just Christmas. Like your I don't know, the Boxing Day thing is on it, and your 40-second Blink song is on it. I was going to see
about Labor Day and hot dogs.
Labor Day and hot dogs. Let me see how long it is currently. It's currently a 5-hour playlist, so
wow.
plenty of time
Longer than I would have guessed.
Yeah, it's a lot of songs. There's surprisingly a lot of different covers out there from bands that are kind of emo or adjacent or alternative to the genre. So yeah, like
Frankly,
go
I
ahead.
was also surprised at how many there were
Yeah.
when I started kind of digging around. And it's a lot of covers. It's a lot of just, Christmas references too.
Yeah.
And like I said at the beginning of the episode, I tended to like those more, which is
Right.
not necessarily a surprise based on what I like.
Yeah, and I'll just say like a few bands that are on this, like My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, 21 Pilots, Neck Deep, obviously Blink-182, The Maine, Reliant K, Ann Arbor, Never Shout Never, Good Charlotte, Family Force 5, haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
It's all Versa Emerge. There's so many bands from this genre. It's just crazy to even think about. Forever the Sickest Kids, Breathe Carolina, Newfound Glory. So there's a ton. So hopefully you guys take a listen if it sounds like something that's up your alley.
Yeah, and send us your recommendations too on Instagram at the Emo Hour and let us know what you like and maybe I'll like it. And let us know. Actually, I think I should do a poll about Christmas music.
Absolutely.
And see what the opinions are out there.
Yeah.
And I think most people tend to love Christmas music or at least not mind it.
I think the majority probably do, but I think that you are definitely not alone. I think that there's more people that are in your court than I would probably assume.
Yeah.
Well, I love this. Look at us being like decently concise and having a shorter episode. But we can't end the episode without talking about our emo lyric of the day.
No, we cannot. So, would you like to go first or would you like me to?
I will happily go first. I feel like mine is like a little angsty and a little I don't know, maybe angsty isn't the word, but the reason it's not even Christmas related at all. It was that The Clash and their song London Calling is 45 years old, like this week. It was made around this week 45 years ago, or released around this week 45 years ago. And so whenever there's those big kind of moments in time, things pop up on social media and whatnot. And I just couldn't believe that song was 45 years old because it's just such an iconic song that's, I feel like everybody knows that song. It's just it's in history. So I did the same thing kind of what I did last week when I was just so taken back by some of the lyrics in that Taking Back Sunday song.
Right.
But we're such dorks. I love that we're still texting about what we think that the meaning of those lyrics in the Taking Back Sunday song could be.
I will say, if I can interrupt.
Yeah, always.
I did, I looked on Reddit and looked around a little bit online, and the general consensus is that it's about a toxic relationship.
With themselves or with another person?
Like Adam Lazzara was in a toxic relationship with, a woman who basically was just like terrorizing him mentally.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I also meant to say this on the last pod too, that I wasn't sure. I pronounce it Adam Lazzara. So we need to figure out if it's Lazzara or Lazzara. So we do
I have no idea.
We do him justice.
Yeah, I don't know. We should know that.
Oh, I mean, it's just a name. How many people know how to pronounce my name? It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, 50-50 chance.
Sorry, Adam. One of us is wrong. Maybe both of us are wrong.
Yeah, maybe it's Loizera. I put an I in there and an O.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to my emo lyric of the day is it is London Calling by The Clash. I'm only going to read 2 lines of it, although I want to read 4 lines, but I'm going to go against my nature here and just read 2 lines. But when I read this, I thought it was so epic, and now I understand why it's such an iconic song in history. It's just the meaning behind the entire song and all of the lyrics in this song. But it says, "Engines stop running, but I have no fear, 'cause London is drowning, and I live by the river." And I didn't, to me, it just has such kind of like, yeah, come on, bring it. I've got no fear.
Yeah, because it's like something that they're used to and
Yeah.
something that they're prepared for.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is not a surprise to me.
I can't tell you how many times I've sang that song, whether it's at a bar or at a baseball game or something where it's played. And I thought I knew I don't know any of the lyrics. I read the entire song and I'm like, oh wait, they said that. Oh wait, they said that. So it was one of those songs that and those lines specifically just kind of sat with me because I just thought it was just really badass lyrics.
What are the other 2 lines that you that you were contemplating including?
Well, so it's the whole chorus. So it goes, the ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, meltdown expected, the wheat is grown thin. Engines stop running, but I have no fear, 'cause London is drowning and I live by the river.
You made the right choice by only including the 2. So that's what I wanted to know.
I want to read the entire song because it's just so epic. But if you're curious, you should just go read the lyrics to this song. Because I think in this practice that you and I have been doing, I think one of the things that I personally have come to the realization is lyrics are so skipped over a lot because we're focused on the melody and singing and kind of whatever else is going on in the song, that sometimes when you stop and you read the lyrics, oh my God.
And I love it. I've always loved lyrics. So
Same.
that's why I, was like, let's do emo lyric of the day. And I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So for my emo lyric of the day, first I'll say there was a couple Christmas songs that actually I was reading the lyrics and I was like, this could work, but I didn't go that direction. Well, I went Boxing Day by Blink-182. I went that direction. So there was actually a couple, I had a hard time deciding which lyrics I was going to use, but I went with the chorus. And so the lyric is, I'm empty like the day after Christmas, swept beneath the wave of your goodbye. You left me on the day after Christmas. There's nothing left to say, and so good night.
That's kind of sad.
It's emo.
It's so emo.
It's an emo lyric of the day.
I'm here for it. You definitely win again because mine was just so out of left field. But I feel like my song is like a fight song, and yours is emo, and yours is also Christmas themed. So you win.
Well, thank you. I mean, the song Boxing Day, it is a pretty emo song. Blink-182 is more pop punk as we've discussed, but they've got some more emo songs, and this is one of them.
I need to go listen to that. I think I've heard it before. I just don't remember.
It came out in 2012 on an EP. I learned about today on their Dogs Eating Dogs EP. It never got any sort of traction. I don't know that you would have listened to it before. Like, I hadn't heard it in maybe 10 years.
Will you read the lyrics one more time? And if it was 2012, were they still together as like their normal unit, or was it a remake?
Yeah, actually, thank you for saying that, because I learned today that this EP, Dogs Eating Dogs, was their last EP that they recorded, Mark, Tom, and Travis, but like the last one that they recorded together.
Oh, wow.
And then until 2022, like 10 years later when they got back together. So this EP was their last recorded music together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. You like how I immediately was like, timeline. Wait, this is because I don't know their history like you do, but I know that there was, and some of those records in between I really liked of the kind of, we'll call it modern day version of Blink before they went back to the original lineup. Say again.
With Matt Skiba.
Was it just Matt Skiba, or was there somebody else in there too?
Nope, just Matt Skiba.
Okay, yeah, he did a great job. I thought he lent he lent his voice and energy to that band and did it justice and kept it going for so many years, for a decade, I guess, right?
Well, no, Matt Skiba didn't join until later. They did 2 studio albums with him. They did California and 9 with him. But I think Blink kind of disbanded for a couple years and then came back with Matt Skiba. But I don't know
gotcha.
the exact timeline. But no, he didn't join like right away in 2012 or anything like that.
Okay. I wasn't sure what the timeline looked like.
Frankly, I think Blink, I'd have to look up exactly when they broke up, because even though this was their last like studio recorded album, I think they toured after this.
Okay.
too before they broke up.
What kind of fan are you? You don't know any of this stuff off the top of your head? How
Oh my
dare?
God. Yeah. Did I not give you enough information off the top of my head just now? I felt like I did pretty good.
I need more. I need more. I- I'm looking it up right now because now my brain is fixated. Blink-182, when did they break up?
I would guess like 14 or 15.
Wait, what?
They broke up twice.
They broke up twice. It says Blink-182 announced an indefinite hiatus February 2005. They reunited in 2009. And then Tom DeLonge left the band in 2014.
Yeah, I was right. I said 14.
Was replaced by Matt Skiba of Alkaline Trio. Is Alkaline Trio still playing, by the way? Do you know?
I think so. I don't know that 100%.
And then the band got together again after a bunch of, life events.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2000.
Does it say when Matt Skiba joined the band?
Let's see.
Maybe 17? 16 or
look at
17.
this.
I saw them in 2017.
Billboard has a Blink-182, a timeline of the band's history. So,
It would have been 16 or 17
that he came back in.
that Matt Skiba joined.
So there's a 2009 reunion.
Also, we just need to do a deep dive on Blink.
We should. 2015, enter Matt Skiba, exit Tom DeLonge, essentially.
15. Okay, that's
So-
earlier.
Yeah, it says in January 2015, Barker and Hoppus announced, according to Billboard, announced the guitarist's resignation from the band and claimed that he didn't want to participate in Blink-182, blah, 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 blah. And then, wow, this gives a lot of detail. With Skiba in the mix, Blink-182 scored its second #1 album with California. The project was nominated for Best Rock Album 2017 Grammys. Yeah, so it sounds like maybe between 2015 and 2017, but it sounds like one in, one out in the year of 2015, according to Billboard.
All right. Well, there you go.
There's a picture of the band with Matt Skiba in 2016 in this article. This is a pretty in-depth article. Somebody did some good work out there, some good journalistic work of figuring out this band. Hannah Daly did some great investigative journalism on the band's history and their timeline.
All right. Well, we're going to do a full deep dive at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should do that sooner than later because they are such an OG and a big reason why the genre exists.
Yeah.
Anything else that we should cover this week?
I don't think so. Just we're planning on a Christmas episode to come out on Christmas Day. It may be a very short one.
Yep.
But we are planning on releasing some kind of an episode on Christmas Day. So stay tuned for that.
And same with New Year's Day. So it's interesting the way we always put our podcasts out every Wednesday. And so next Wednesday is Christmas and the Wednesday after that is New Year's Day. So we're falling on 2 holidays.
Yeah, but we'll release something. It might be very short and sweet, but we'll release something. But enjoy. Follow us on Instagram. Please like and subscribe. We're at the Emo Hour on Instagram and TikTok. And give us a review on, Spotify or Apple or wherever you find your podcasts.
Yeah. And I hope you have a great week. And we'll see you on Christmas Day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.